So here we are. We've come through this time of this last year and a half with so much striving to stay connected, and you did do that. We are now understanding that pandemic perhaps will be endemic and be with us in new ways, and we will continue to have to tweak and reinvent the ways we are together. Right now, we are focusing on providing worship, probably from here to forever, in person in this room and also online, and learning how to edit our services to put them up on YouTube so that they're there for later reference. And the Religious Education Committee is carefully planning ways for children to come back and youth to come back in new ways. It's a chance to kind of start over in some ways. We are chartering new waters on this boat together. And I know I don't know how to walk on water. And the new minister coming won't know how to walk on water. But we will figure out our ways through. A work period during an interim ministry for me is to help keep the focus of where you have been and what your story is, who you are as a fellowship, where you are now, what you dream of for the future. So we ask ourselves, by continuing with these questions, who are you as a congregation? What is your story? What do you want to change and what do you want to stay the same? What do you want this congregation to look like in the foreseeable future? What kind of activities have you engaged in and what do you dream of in the future? What has your leadership structure been and how do you want to maybe change that? Those things sound like such a to-do list, but they come from the heart. They come from the dreams that you have for who you are and who you want to be together as a community and where you're headed. I believe interim ministry is a rich opportunity for self-discovery, for reflection, for risk-taking, like the book. This is a chance for us to start over in some ways. We can learn the fear of risk and just go for it. So as I keep these questions in the forefront of what I do, it is also a strange thing that my role is that I know I only have a set time with you. My months are numbered. So we've got to make this time count. Part of the interim process is supporting the search team itself. The search team is going to be asking for your input. Hopefully, in person, we can set up small groups to talk about different topics, to talk about things that we aspire for, things we dream of. And if we can't do them in this next year in person safely, we'll figure out a way to do them online, because that's what we do. We certainly have shown that we can do it, and we can get through that. There will be questionnaires. The worship team soon is going to put out one on ways to engage what you're looking for more in worship now and in the future. And then there's a long questionnaire about who you are. It's more than demographics. It's who you are, what your story is, what your relationship is to this fellowship, and what you dream for. That allows the search team to have a sense of what you are wanting in this new person. They can't give everything because we're just human beings, certainly. But the search process is a little bit like speed dating. Do you remember how quick it all went? So one of the things that happens in the search process is the minister, as the candidate, will put together their packet, their long list and answers of what they see as their vision for ministry. Certainly what their background is, kind of like a resume of the skills they bring. But mostly it's about what do they dream for? What do they dream of to be able to offer in relationship with a congregation? And then the search team puts together the packet of who you are. What are your shortcomings in terms of what dreams have you had for years and never been able to meet? And what dreams do you still hold and have ideas for but don't know really how to get there? So the things that will be a part of the interaction of getting to know each other, both the candidate and the congregation, is where you have been, where you are, and where you want to go. I appreciate that Leslie said that finding a minister is not a spectator sport. UUFC will share its dreams and will also have to be honest with ourselves, with what we can and cannot do. But this is where the magic happens. That magic is sometimes the dreams you share are the same dreams that they have. And those dreams will be able to come into being. I'm reminded of a quote by Lao Tzu that says, "At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want." Each of you will bring into the future what you dream for UUFC. I have a 9-year-old daughter, and I hear this tune often in our house with Disney movies. But remember in Pinocchio, when Jiminy Cricket sings the song for Pinocchio when he wants to be a real boy? When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dream, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do. The chorus responds, "Fate is kind. She brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longings." And Jiminy Cricket answers, "Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. And when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true." If only it was that easy, right? But Disney has a good way of setting in high aspirations and high expectations, and then the rest of our lives are learning to deal with the realities of things, right? But dreaming is where we start. Dreaming is how we build something out of where we are and where we're headed. So dream big, UUFC. Wish upon that star. This is a time for reimagining, and yes, may fate step in and see you through. You know what? You don't need fate, because you have already been reimagining. This congregation has been striving first to survive through a pandemic. And that you did. You survived. And you have moved through survival into establishing yourself anew. Just like all the ways we listed before, all the things you have done in this last year and a half since I joined you. Through this pandemic, you remained in connection with each other, and you were asked to rise to the occasion of starting anew. So let's survive and thrive, and wish upon that star for what you want. This is an exciting time. It is a joy and an honor to be on this journey with you. I'm going to close with the same reading that Leslie read earlier. Today I want to greet joy without a trace of suspicion. I want to open my eyes to the light without a blink of dread. I want to look at my past without a whisper of shame, and I want to look at the future without a hint of fear. Today, I want to dance without pausing to think, and I want to belly laugh like Joe does, without caring who hears. I want to open my arms and twirl in the sun until I fall breathless, free to be myself, full of joy, that I open to allow completely letting go, without even a smudge of suspicion or a wink of hesitation. That's my intention. That's what I want.